Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about the only trick with makeup that mature women need to know. I put on my St. John vintage necklace. This is like a whole vibe. This is like a whole mood. I have my new robe on. I have my earrings on, gold and silver, and I have a new eyeshadow palette I'm using. I had no idea it was going to come out this color. It looks totally different in the compact. And I'm just teaching you this one real trick that I really always want you to remember. So you ready? Let's get this beauty started. All right, ladies, I just did a little skincare. I'm going to show you what I used. I used the resurfacing treatment from La Mer. Then after, I put on the treatment lotion. I just worked that into my skin. And then I put on the hydrating infused emulsion. This is very thin. I just really get a nice hydration, really setting my skin up for success. And then I put on a little SPF 50. And what I like about the sunscreen is it feels more like a very, very lightweight moisturizer, not a sunscreen. Like I've had a lot of serum sunscreens, as you know, that I really love, but it feels like, you know, something's like there and it feels heavy. This does not feel like that. So I do enjoy using this. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just put on a little eye cream with you right now. We're going to talk about this one trick that mature women really need to know. I mean, this is really the secret. So I have the Eye Balm Intense, and then I have from In Beauty Project, they gave me this really large ball that feels so incredible. So I just dip it in, and then I will just do a little massage around my eye area. I love how this feels. So the eye cream is in, even if it's just not all the way soaked in, it will be in a second. And then I will just set my face up right now with my Fiercely Smooth. This is my face primer. I'll use about a pump and a half. And then I will put this on my skin now that it's moisturized. And this is going to allow for a really beautiful application of my makeup. So I am wearing my J. Crew earrings. They're almost like a little half moon. I'm going to put on my favorite vintage St. John necklace at the very end. I know you ladies like this necklace because every time I wear it, I always get compliments. And then I have my Olivia Von Haley. It's a recent robe I just bought. It's past season, but it has a woman's body all over it. So it's cream and it has black, like her shape of her body all over it. I thought it was just very feminine. This is kind of like the mood, right? I mean, this is kind of like the long robe, putting on jewelry, making yourself feel better, right? It's been kind of a week for me and I'm thinking, I haven't done this in a while. I haven't glammed up. I haven't tried something like really doing it, right? So not going anywhere, doesn't matter. So this is part of the whole trick that mature women need to know. It's not about going somewhere. It's not about having an event or having this big social life. It's about doing makeup for yourself and feeling better. Because when you start doing makeup, as in you're doing something for yourself, you're changing the way you feel. You could have the worst week ever, and then you put yourself together and it really gives you that boost. It's a mental, I view it as my mental health, like making myself feel better, making myself feel beautiful. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be using a palette I haven't used. I had to actually stock this down. Believe it or not, this is the Chanel palette number 388. It came out in January. I was late to the party, but I was calling and they called all the stores and what have you. So when we were in Palm Beach, I said, let me go into the boutique and just randomly ask if they have this palette. They did. They had two left. And she's like, do you want both? I'm like, well, I don't even know what it's like, but I just saw the colors. It looks so beautiful. So I haven't tried it. It could be a real fail, ladies, but could it really be a fail when we're just playing with makeup, having fun? You can take it off or not. Let's just see what happens. It definitely has a very glittery one here, but we have a matte, we have a darker color, and then we have a satin. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then we're just going to make it come alive, right? I feel like I should have like a martini glass with this whole feel. That's where we're going. Old Hollywood, old school. I need those little stilettos with the, I don't want to say fur, but like a pom-pom on the top. Just envision that, right? Let's go back old school Hollywood and make ourselves feel really good. I've been getting a lot on Instagram. Joan Collins popping up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that wardrobe. Can I just find these vintage pieces? Everything is ready to go. So I always start off with my eye primer. This is going to prime my eyes and remove any of that darkness. So base of the lash line all the way up to the brow bone, work it all the way in and then down a little bit. So you get that inner corner and then out. Eye primer is on. It's my first step always. You can see that I do my eyes first, then I'll do the rest of my makeup because I don't want to mess anything up. I'm actually opening up a new essential makeup brush kit. I should be washing my brushes. I have a very special announcement coming up in the next couple months regarding my brushes. So I'm very excited. So I'm going to just open up my beautiful brand new brushes and I'm going to be able to utilize, we'll see the real color because we won't be mixing it with anything on my brushes. So what I do is I use the top of it to keep my brushes in like this on my vanity. So you can do it two different ways. You can keep your clean brushes in one and your dirty brushes in the other, and then you can go back and forth and or basically, if you have other brushes, you can add them in here too. It's just a nice way to keep them off your vanity and laying flat and picking up anything on your vanity. So I'm going to take this first color here. It's like, I want to say it's a deeper taupe. I don't think this is matte. The only problem I have with Chanel eyeshadows, I really struggle with this a lot, is that I don't get any pigment, right? I'm always trying, whether it's on the brush, you can see it, it won't pick up at the top of the brush. It's only picking up in like that middle part. So I do feel for the price, it should be a little bit easier. I think it should have more pigments when you go from, really trying to load up your brush and then go to the eye. So I keep trying. I tried it with the tweed. You saw that I bought the tweed one last spring, I think it was. And I'm always disappointed. So I'm praying that these are darker colors, that it'll work. And again, you can work with darker colors and make them a wash, right? Especially with Chanel, because you're not going to get tons and tons of pigment. I mean, I have to really work hard at this, getting this to be covering the way I want to. I don't love that. Now, I experiment with Tom Ford, which I love. Sometimes it gets a little crazy because there's a lot of fallout with them. Dior, I do love. Also, I've been showing you some Dior palettes. I've showed you Dior palettes over the years. And who else that I basically kind of go to and kind of do a rotation? I don't know. I don't have a lot of Chanel though because of this point. It's just a little disappointing always. I wish that they would kind of repigment their palettes. So now I'm going to go into this darkest color right now. I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my short smudge brush. I don't know how much pigment's going to come out. Is it going to be light or is it going to be dark? So go to, I can see that we're getting some nice pigment there. This is like a midnight dark, kind of like a smoky. I'm not going to get crazy. I'm not going to wing it out too much. I'm just going to go in like this right now. We can build. Don't worry. I mean, this is really a work in progress. I feel like I miss painting on canvas. So I kind of feel like when I used to paint on canvas, I would start with something and then I would end up with something completely different. And I liked it, but I love the process. So this is about the process, ladies. It's about putting makeup on and not feeling like you have to be playing by anyone's rules. I mean, if you got really sloppy and you did whatever and you're like, this is fun, like I don't even care what it looks like, that's therapeutic, right? That is something that should be celebrated also. You should be doing things that make you feel good, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters what you think. And then you could say, oh wow, okay, now I know the range. Like I just went crazy and it's really, whoa, that's a lot. That's too much. I know I can pull it back. I mean, I think you need to really stretch your range when it comes to your makeup and then know where you can go. If you don't push yourself outside and say, oh my gosh, what did I just do? This is crazy. I look ridiculous, right? In the mirror. Like this is what you're saying to yourself, and say, okay, at least I know, like I really pushed it. Like I'm proud of myself. Like I actually went for the dark color, or I actually did a little smoky eye, and I don't really think it looks that great. I'm going to pare it down, but I know I can really push myself and I can explore and I can have fun. That's the whole point. So that's the whole point of this video in the title. So I know people are getting a little here and there telling me I have clickbait. I don't know what that means because I don't have clickbait. I always talk about my title in my video, so they must not watch the video. So I have this interesting metallic. So I am going to use my finger because I am not quite sure if it's going to pick up on, you know, what's so interesting is that this does not look like it would have a greenish cast. Is this true? I thought it was going to be like a silver. This is always surprising. I love how that looks over that kind of matte color. Let's go for the left eye. This is very interesting. I would have never thought this is going to come out like green like this. I'm going to do a little cleanup on the sides and just see where we are. I just want to make sure that I'm not going down too far. This is different than what I expected. So let me see. What are we going to do now? I'm going to take my short smudge brush and we're going to take this deep, dark color. It doesn't pick up really deep. So I would like to give a little contour up in here to balance it out. I need something and the other colors aren't dark enough. So we're going to work this in and then we'll take the blending brush and we'll blend it out. So now when working with a darker color, I'm only going in this area here so I can blend it all. I want that pile of product right there. And this is really about making a dark eye because I want to wear a dark eye. I never wear a really dark eye. And I think that this will be fun. I think it's great when you're in the mood and you want to do something different and you want to kind of be somebody different and kind of channel a different energy. If you've had a bad week or you're struggling with some things and what have you, you can just kind of escape a little bit and be somewhere else. So now I'm going to just take my blending brush and I'm going to just blend out this area here where I put it on. And I want it to be kind of nice and fused. Don't get afraid when you hit this point and you're like, this looks like way too much. What's going on? I'm not doing this right. You're doing it perfect. I'm going to take a little bit of that darker color again and I'm going to balance it out underneath just like this, sweeping underneath my eyes. Now, again, if you feel that darkness is going to be too much for you, change the color palette. You can do the same thing I'm doing, but with a different color palette. So it's going to work for you, but you might not be using such dark colors like I am. Because yes, everybody has their likes and dislikes and also skin that they're working with and different things that are going on. So you can still take this technique and you can make it work for you. You're just going to be using different colors. I'm going to start working with my eyelash curler and my mascara and see where we are. I'm going to put on a little bit of eyeliner first. Lashes are curled. Now I'm going to take dark chocolate and this is my pencil sharpener. I'm going to just do a couple clicks to make sure that it is where I need it to be. And then we're going to go straight to the base of the lashes. And I like the fact that I'm using dark chocolate and not black. I wouldn't be using black. I think it would be too harsh. I already have a little bit of that dark color at the base, so I'm mixing it in with this. And also, you can take your short smudge brush right on this lash line where you just put that eyeliner and you can smudge it up. So it's really nice and soft and it's blended. So you can do this with my eyeliners because it's a soft formulation. We're just building that up, making it really just beautiful. Come underneath here a little bit and do the same thing with the brush. Again, it is waterproof. You will need a waterproof makeup remover to take this off. We're going to take the Volume Up mascara. This is going to really grab all those lashes, go to the base of your lash, right underneath here. It's like a comb. So I made this wand so it had these little teeth on it. The formula is nice, rich and creamy. And you're going to take it. You can see how it's just like grabbing my lashes. So I squint down a little bit. I go really slow, wiggle back and forth. And you can see, the slower I go, the better because I'm getting all of those lashes. Now, for all you ladies asking me about bottom mascara lashes, yes, this is a look that I would do that. So let's put on a little mascara on the bottom. I like to concentrate on the outer part right here. I don't need to go all the way in. I like to just get it on the outside here. All right, so we have a really strong eye, which I'm loving. And I think it's fun to switch it up a little bit. Clear brow mascara. Bring those brows up and down a little bit. Now we're going to just do a little Just Peachy. See, this is my color corrector. I'm going to just minimize this area here. I have seen such a big difference. And I'm sure you can tell too here on the channel after my little skincare experiment that I was doing to really just help with this inflammation that I was having and how reactive my skin was. So you can go back to that video and watch what I was doing for 30 days. Just to kind of reset my skin. Now we're going to take my foundation buffing brush and I'm going to work in this color corrector. Why would I be using a color corrector and a concealer? Because I want to first color correct the area. So my concealer doesn't have to work that hard. So I'm just putting on this first little layer of this product. It has shea butter in it. It's really nice and it goes on very smoothly if your skin is prepped properly. Now I'm going to take my creamy concealer and this is in light. I don't normally have to do what I do, but I enjoy being able to get that airbrushed look to my skin. So I come up here, I'm gonna follow what I did with the color corrector. But you know what? Again, in every video I tell you, apply the concealer the way you want to apply it for your skin and what's going on with your skin. I like doing this. I don't have any problems with it creasing and what have you. I have wrinkles, as I've showed many times. You know, when I smile, I have all those wrinkles and creases, maybe not as much as some of the ladies that are older than me, but I made this concealer creamy. I made it so it wouldn't crease. I wanted it to be hydrating. It's not thick and it's not watery. It's just the right consistency to be able to lay on the skin, working it in and having it blur out the skin, but be lightweight, but still have that moisturizing. These formulations did take me a very long time to do because it wasn't about just putting something out there. I had to, because my Fierce Aging is starting soon and all my products are going to be on display with your faces. And I'm so excited because I've worked so hard and I cannot wait to see the magic happen. You're going to be thrilled when you see all the ladies from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And you know what? My real goal is to have women that are 100 and over, just like I did with Henrietta, on my channel. It will be spectacular because the product will be on full display for everybody to be able to see how beautifully it works on all skin. So now I'm going in with my Rose Lip Balm, just a little bit. We're going to now do a little BB cream. This is light. I could probably use a little light medium too, maybe a drop or so, but let's just buff this into the skin. BB cream is on. Now let's just take a little Classic Beach Glow. This is going to be a bronzer, blush, and highlighter, all creamy. And you know what? I'm going to just use my flat foundation brush. I'm going to just go into this product with my brush. You really can't make any mistakes with this. It just kind of like just effortlessly blends into the skin. You can use your finger if you want to, but I'm just going to add a little bit of that color. And I'm going to do more of a nude lip. I'm doing Silk lip liner, which is going to be just like my natural lip. And I'm going to do Figure It Out because that's what we do as a mature woman. We figure things out, right? We figure out everything that we are going through. We're going to figure it out. So this is why the story goes a little bit deeper than that on why it's named that, but we'll leave it like that for today. Silk, it needs to be sharpened. So I'm going to make sure, see, I have too much of the shred in there from the last pencil. So I got to take that out. And then I got to just nicely sharpen my pencil. I made these sharpeners to be compatible with my eyeliners and lip liners. It's very important because you will find that you cannot just use any sharpener. I'm going to line my lips. So Silk lip liner is on. It's really beautiful. You can fill in your whole lip if you want to, and then just put a gloss over. Do a little Figure It Out, which is a nude. I don't want too much color because I've got a lot going on here, which I wasn't expecting it to be. This kind of, I don't know, it's a mystery color. You tell me what color you're seeing on camera because I'm probably seeing something very different here underneath the lights. And then I'm going to take Manifest and Glow, which is my golden hue. I think it's going to be really pretty with this, just to give it a little something, right? But not a lot of color. And guess what? Since I'm piling on the makeup today because I want to feel that whole vibe, I'm going to set on my under eyes with my Nikita Banana. And I'm going to just take my powder brush. So this is my Nikita Banana. It's a pressed powder. And I'm going to just go right underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to, of course, take a little of my Creme Brulee. This is my hybrid bronzer. I made this for mature skin to be really nice and silky on this skin. I wanted you to be able to use a bronzer, but it's cut with the cream, so it wasn't like too much. I just think that it really just kind of gives you enough glow, but not too much. All right, Creme Brulee is on. That's the final touch now, is going to be the scent to really lift our moods. So if you watch me on Instagram, you saw that Rose Degrange, they sent me a purse spray of their scent, and it's in this beautiful rose, just an absolute beautiful purse spray. And I'm going to just do a little spritz, and I have the whole mood ready to go. So this is a beautiful, beautiful eye that turned out a lot differently than I expected. But I think it's going to be just really the whole feeling tonight. I feel totally different. I feel really, I've gotten myself out of, my mind and what I was thinking about, what was going on this whole week and all the stress and what have you. That's the trick, ladies. That is the only trick you need to know as a mature woman, is that makeup will make you feel completely different. And I want you to explore, experiment, have fun, color outside the lines, get messy, make it look who knows what, and then say, you know what? This was fun. Like, this was my therapy. Play with your makeup, your skincare, have fun. And ladies, until my next video, I'll see you later.